Every morning, millions of Australians wake up and do the same thing. The alarm goes off, we get ready, we make breakfast, we prepare the kids, and then both the parents go to work. Not necessarily because both of them are chasing some extraordinary life, not because we are trying to become millionaires. Sometimes, yes, but two people have to work simply to maintain an ordinary life. And lately, I've been asking myself a very good question: when did normal life become this expensive, my friends? Welcome to Aussie Wealth Builder. So, let's jump onto the story. So, think about the life many of us are chasing: a house, nothing extraordinary, isn't it? Food on the table, just a reliable car, good education for our children, maybe one family holiday every year, and enough savings that an unexpected bill doesn't destroy the month. That doesn't sound luxurious. That sounds very normal to me. Comment below if you agree. But somehow normal has become expensive these days. Very, very expensive. You see, sometimes $100 bill just disappears surprisingly very quickly. You fill the car, another bill, electricity, gas, insurance, council rates, school expenses, childcare, mortgage, and everything wants a little piece of your salary. It just goes on, it just flies. And individually, maybe none of these things destroys you, but together they quietly consume your income, one bill at a time. Yeah, and then there is the biggest one. Guess what? It's the housing. For many Australian families, the mortgage or the rent is not just another expense anymore. It is just the expense around which everything else revolves. We work to pay for the house. We leave the house to go to the work. We spend most of the day away from the house so that we can continue paying for the house and work for the bank. It's almost funny when you think about it, isn't it? And this is where something started bothering me, my friends. Imagine a family with two parents and young children. A mom works, dad works Monday to Friday. They grow at the work, both travel to CBD, both deal with endless deadlines, meetings, managers, emails, and stress. And then they come home very exhausted. And then they have to make the dinner, they have to do the chores like cleaning, and then they have to focus on the kids like doing the homework, and then they need to start doing the laundry, prepare everything for tomorrow. And somewhere between all of that, we are supposed to live. And that's when people start to do the coping mechanism, like they watch like endless reels, Netflix, and everything. And our children don't understand the interest rates, they don't understand the inflation, they don't care about the electricity price, they don't want they don't want to know what our mortgage payment is. They just understand something much simpler: time. Dad, can you please come and play with me? Mom, look at this. I love you. I've drawn something for you. Can you please look at this? Can we go outside? Can you sit with me and can you please read me a book? And sometimes the answer is not now, because we are tired. We just go away. Because dinner needs to be made, because there is another email, because tomorrow is another working day. Do you agree, my friends? Comment below. And that's exactly the indication of a burnout. And that's the part of the cost of living crisis. And I don't think we talk about that enough. We always calculate the cost in dollars, but maybe there is another cost. You know what? The cost in time, the cost in energy, the cost in missed dinners, and then the cost in the stress, the cost of two exhausted parents reaching Friday night and wondering where did the week go, the cost of tired legs. Do you feel that? I did. Because money can be earned again, a bad month can recover, a mortgage can eventually be paid off, investments can grow, and careers do change. But my children will never be this again. And that's one investment I cannot buy back later, my friends. And that thought scares me more than the inflation. I'm not saying that we should stop working. Of course not. We all can't do that in reality. But work gives us security, it gives us choices, it allows us to build a future. And Australia still gives many of that opportunities that we are incredibly fortunate to have. But maybe the danger is forgetting why we are even working in the first place. I don't want to spend 30 years earning the money only to realize that I spent my healthiest years too busy to enjoy the people I was earning it for. Yes, the companies make profit out of me and they're all happy. And that's actually why we are building the wealth matters to me. Not because I want the biggest house, not because I need a luxury car, not because I want to impress anybody. I want something much more boring. Answer is yes. You guessed it right. It's freedom. Freedom to say no, freedom to take a day off, freedom to spend time with my family and my kids, freedom to survive if one income disappears, and eventually, freedom from needing two people to work full time just to keep the mission running. Maybe that's what financial freedom really means. Not just retiring at 35 and winning the lottery and living a ruthless life. Not becoming a millionaire overnight. Not sitting on a beach with a laptop. Maybe financial freedom begins much earlier. When your expenses stop controlling your every decision, small decision, when losing one salary doesn't terrify you. When you can choose time over time, when you can look at your children and say, kids, let's go, instead of maybe next weekend, not today, I'm just too tired, go to mom, and then mom says go to dad. You know, these kind of things happens in real life, everyday life, and people don't talk that. And you need to understand that Australia is very expensive. Maybe it will become even more expensive, my friends. I can't control the interest rates, I can't control grocery prices, I can't control the inflation, but I can control what I'm building. Every dollar I save, every investment I make, every unnecessary expense I avoid, every little step towards my financial independence. It is not just about becoming richer, it's about buying back a little piece of my future time. Because one day I don't want to wake up and realize I successfully paid off my life, but I forgot to live. What's the point? Yeah, and maybe that is the real cost of living. Thank you. Thanks for listening to Aussie Wealth Builder, where life and wealth and freedom begins.